Do you ever leave the salon and want to know what's going on behind the scenes?
Do you listen in on the neighbors' gossip in the salon chair when you're here?
Do you ever have a story that after you've left, you wish you told your hairstylist?
Especially the stories that you might have heard about, but never really heard the end to.
We like to yap. I'm Allie.
I'm Nora.
And I'm Macy.
And welcome to On the Floor with Little Fern.
Join us every other week.
Hello. Welcome in.
During the last episode, I was really cozy, and I'm trying to find like my cozy spot because my mic was just like resting on me.
You were sitting like Indian style, like eased back into the pillows.
Dude, I don't know, but something great was going on before. I have to find that again. Because I think I sunk in a little too deep now.
We are back in our new studio.
The Little Fern studio.
I would thoroughly love if you guys had to drive a half an hour to work. I would appreciate that.
Okay. You know what? No, I'm not going to play this game because
That's so wild.
for years I lived in the city and I had to walk to a train and then get on a train to come to work every day.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking to somebody who is also taking the train to work every day.
No.
No, Alicia, I'm not saying like as a comparison. I'm more just saying like I commute as well to work.
It's true.
And it's around 35 minutes. Do I have it made right now though? My backyard is the train station and our work backyard or front yard, I guess, is the train station. So like it's like train station to train station and I'm fine.
You're very fortunate. Mine was not.
How much was yours?
Mine was a 2-mile walk to my train, then a 45-minute train.
Alicia.
I never understood why she was doing this.
In the winter. I just think like on a normal, beautiful day, cool. On the winter or after a long ass day.
Do you want to know why also? Is because parking was we had one car, and parking was horrible. So, you got to take what you get. So I would drive on the weekends, but no. It wasn't worth it. I would walk, I would get my coffee, and then I would get on the train and read a book or do whatever. But it was what it was.
The parking situation with the city is not ideal. That's for sure. But I can't imagine a 2-mile ride. Or not ride, walk.
And you couldn't park like right in front of your condo, right? It was just like right across the street along those fields. And so there was that too, because you were across from those fields, so you would have to walk all the way around like a field block.
It was a real bitch. Then I mean, you had to be we were not in like it was a space where I loved our condo, but it was like changing while we were living there. Like our catalytic converter was stolen twice. Like, I mean, it wasn't like you on top of it were like, ooh, we got a prime spot, never leave your car. You have to be very like.
I was always very impressed because of that situation that you would be walking at any time of day or night. And I'm like, is she safe? Is this a safe thing?
Safe is a relative term. This was many moons ago. And also, you just always have to be aware of your surroundings. You don't put headphones in and listen to loud music. You always know where you're at, and you carry appropriate things with you.
Yeah, that's the one thing on the train, like I thought I would do a lot is like have my headphones on. And I would say I think I've only actually had my headphones on one time. And then I just stopped bringing them all together because I was like, I just would rather not.
That's probably why more people have earbuds, because it's also less of a visual distraction as well. And then you could have one earbud in at a time and listen to what's around you.
That Nora's very correct on that. I wear one pair when I run and then one pair when I fly because I do want the noise canceling when I fly. I don't want noise canceling when I'm running or doing anything like that where I do need to hear who's around me, what's going on, things like that. I want to hear it all. I just kind of want the behind, like a tad bit of like whatever it is that I'm listening to.
Agreed. We have my Beats with the noise canceling for the airplane, and then anytime that I have gone running, I have like the AirPods, and those ones you can turn noise canceling on or off. Just because, I don't know, it's just in an airport I feel a lot more safe than I do in like running down. I mean, Hyde Park is like I mean, everywhere in the city is a little bit more. You have to be on there's more people. You have to be on the lookout. But what is everybody drinking?
I have an Olipop. The orange, is it orange cream?
Mm-hmm.
It's very delicious. I have that. I have a coffee and I have a water. I'm loaded up.
I'm running bone dry now. I've got just my water.
Yeah, you
Oh,
are.
dang.
Well, I have 3 drinks in front of me. I have a water. I have my strawberry vanilla Olipop, and I still have my leftover beverage from our last podcast
From 2 weeks ago.
from 2 weeks ago. Yes, it's been sitting out for 2 weeks. It's really hard to get down.
It'd be funny if it was just that good and I just kept it like in the fridge at all times and I just keep making it constantly.
I mean, I would be okay with that.
I will get, one of us is going to get it, but I'm going to say it's going to be me.
I'm telling you, it called my name when I saw you could do a slushy.
Anything.
Anything.
I am going to get it.
Aperol spritz. I said, sign me the fuck up.
I'm going to get it
I
for
want the
4th of
ninja.
July.
I want the ninja one.
Okay, what are we talking about?
It's a ninja slushy maker. Well, it's not even just that. It does like 3 things. It can turn your beverage, so like a bottle of wine, into frosé.
Just pour it in.
Yep, you gotta do nothing else.
And it
That's
turns with the cold and then it becomes a slush.
Oh, so it's like the ones that they have like the restaurants, but like this is more like
Yes.
a portable one.
Then you can
Gotcha.
also make beverages with it. And then I can't remember the 3rd thing, but I saw it. You know why? Because I follow Ninja online because I love all my Ninja appliances. And I saw that and I said, I need that. We need that.
Yeah, I think it would have a great space over here in our bar. I think maybe I could cover up 1 or 2 of the Harley Davidson built-in stickers with it. That would be just like a +1 right there. And then we could take it on vacation with us.
I just feel that we need it. Who doesn't like a frozen beverage? Like when it is warm out, having a frozen beverage, is even better. Or a frozen coffee. You could make your coffee a frappe.
That
was
the
the
other
3rd.
thing.
That
That's
was the
other
fucking
thing.
3rd. I
You
forgot.
get me down
I
on a
wasn't
frozen
seeing that.
coffee.
You could do a frozen coffee. And I said, yes, sign me the fuck up. I need all of these things.
One of us is going to get it at some point.
Yeah, I thought, is this my birthday present?
Oh,
Should
should I get it for us?
Wait, this is hilarious. Nora's really just tackling the list of what to get for Alicia's birthday. This is
Because
hilarious.
usually I know what I'm getting Alicia months in advance. I know what I'm getting people for their birthday months in advance because I've been store holding information up here. And then I just sit and I pray that like they don't get said thing that I'm going for when their birthday comes. Because I will do the like, I got to run to TJ Maxx and get something for blah, blah, blah. But like, I try not to do that or have that be like a special edition.
I love the thoughtfulness. All of these are great options, but it's like a Christmas list only. Only a birthday list. No, I feel like these are all great things that we could all benefit from.
Mm-hmm.
So sign us up.
Petition for us to have one in the salon.
We're going to need a bigger salon. We could probably use Daniel's station though now.
News you can use.
Bom, bom, bom.
Yeah, I think we should announce it because everybody will be asking us about it. And then when they do, we'll say, you'll have to tune into the podcast to find out if Daniel, we constantly get asked. I feel offended now almost where people are like, are you still doing that? Or like, do you guys still offer that? Oh, does Daniel still work here? Like, it's like, why do they think everything and everybody wants to leave us constantly?
Have we made them feel like we change things way too often? Like we are always in a constant state of change where now people like don't know if things are here to stay or not.
Is Macy still here? Like we hear this stuff all the time about things like this.
All the time. It's all the time.
Well, and then Evelyn being gone all last week, 1 week, and I feel like I heard from so many people. So does Evelyn still work here?
Where's Ev?
Where's Ev? We have a lot of updates going on though.
My favorite was I had a client who didn't see Evelyn the last 2 times. Somehow, like, it was like maybe Evelyn was on vacation the last time, and then now Evelyn was sick. So then they were like, did Evelyn go back to school, or are they here? Are they okay? And I was like, what? And I didn't put two and two together. They were like, I haven't seen them in probably like 2 or 3 months. And then I was like, oh, dang.
They do the same thing with me and Alicia, though. I'm sure you get it when I'm not there. I get it when Alicia's not. I am in a half an hour, maybe to an hour earlier than Alicia on Tuesdays.
God, she gets this all the time. Where's Alicia?
What's happening? You guys are really quiet today. And I'm like,
Funny, it happens to me on Wednesday when you come in a little later. They're always like, is Nora not in today? She not coming?
sometimes it's just like a 15-minute gap of time. And then all of a sudden you're in the door and your clients are there and they're like, oh, it's like they walk into nothingness. And I'm like, you're the first client here. This is what it looks like when you're the first client in the door. So anyway, the answer is they're all still here. We're all still doing all the things.
Will they all still be here in the future?
To be determined.
Yeah. We know 2 of them won't be. Now, which 2 out of the number of us is it? Because it is true. You're going to be gone for 14 days, and I'm going to have to deal with 6 of my days listening to people say, where's Alicia? She's taking an extended leave of absence.
Yeah, she actually just isn't really in the mindset to be working right now. So
We're each taking 2 weeks off at a time
She
every
just
other
decided
month.
this place isn't
so
for her.
Mine are coming up. Get ready. I love that about them.
and I'm still here. I'm still staying strong. At least this year I am. I haven't really taken a mega vacation.
Yeah, speaking of gossip.
I heard you're going on a vacation, though.
Yeah, and Aiden's coming with.
What?
Yeah.
News.
First family vacation with Aiden and first vacation out of the country with Aiden. We're just going to Cancun or around Cancun. And we're going to be there for like, well, actually, I need to put that in my calendar now, but it's going to be in September.
Are you going to put it in our calendar? Like ask for the days
Well,
off?
I
Or are we just going to plan it and then talk about it in front of the clients and then not say anything
This
to us?
is her formally asking for time off, actually, right now. I'm just joking.
well, yeah, so I'm actually I mean, yeah. To be fair though, I was like telling that and I
Since
said
you brought it
I
up.
haven't told you guys about this. I'm really bad at that. I do that a lot. Because it's like one of those things that I do need to communicate with you guys about it. Like, duh.
I told Nora the other day, I said, I heard Macy's going on a vacation. Not from her. She was telling a client. And Nora goes, oh, good news. And I said, yeah, isn't that nice?
I'm pretty sure this is how it happened last time too. Because I just forget to tell you guys. It's not like I'm doing it with intentionally and like withholding information from you guys. Like I obviously know that I need to tell you guys these things. I just forget.
When is this vacation?
It's at the end of September. It's like from like the 28th to 3rd or something. It's like end of September, beginning of October.
Lovely.
But yeah, very fun and fresh. Should be very fun. Yeah, and Aiden's coming too, so that's great and fun.
Are you guys, what's the setup? Airbnb, hotel, all
Just
inclusive?
like all inclusive. You know, my family loves an all inclusive. We've been to this all inclusive before. Me and my sister have. It's great. The food's great. It was a 10 out of 10 experience when we went there last time. So we're like, let's just keep it easy. We don't need to select a new place. And then, at least what my knowledge of the room situation is going to be, it's going to be my mom and my sister, and then me and Aiden. So. Because we always get 2 rooms anyways, like, that's usually how we are. But yeah, and then my sister was gonna bring her boyfriend, but we'll see. But no, yeah, a lot of life things, and then I updated on me and Aiden last time, but in other news, this kind of has to do with, like, Aiden, but also more has to do with me. I've been, like, making good friends within, like, the friend group. But, like, my own girlfriends. So, like, it's not like, oh, like, obviously I'm friends with the guys. The guys are great. I can hang out with them, have a good time. But they're all starting to get girlfriends now. So this one girl in particular, she's lovely. And she's the one who, like, planned this whole, like, party on Saturday. And I was, like, helping her out with it and stuff. But yeah, she's just, I love it. It's so fun. Like, it's so cool. And it's, like, also getting to the point where it's, like, we need to hang out outside of the boys now. So, right? So, yeah, very fun. It's weird how, like, things have evolved. Like, I even think back to what, like 2 years ago, and I was like, man, I really had no friends. Really had no friends whatsoever. Like just like outside of like work and you guys. And it's very cool to like see how that's kind of naturally progressed with my relationship, and then, you know, just kind of by association, you start making friends with.
That's lovely. I love that for you.
Bridesmaid material.
No, literally, right? Stop. It's actually weird talking about that. Dude, also so many people my age are getting like married and pregnant. Guys, I'm not ready for this yet. We need to be in like the phase of life of like, I guess everybody moves at their own paces, but still.
Yeah, you just have to be prepared. Like, this is the first phase of people at your age, like, trying to do two grown-up things.
It's just so wild, like, how broad everything is. Like, I have some friends who are still in school. I have some friends who have had their full-time job for, like, a year now. I have some friends who have been, like, are getting engaged or, like about to move in with their partner. And then I have another friend who's, like, pregnant. And I'm like, the ends of the spectrum are just so vast right now.
I think that becomes pretty normal for your age groups at that point. Like that right after college, like do you not like those like mid 20s start to really like
You're going to be 24.
that like
Guys, why do I still feel like a little girl?
I was married at 25.
yeah, I was gonna say like all that starts to really roll in. I want to say like I had the wave of like married young friends who were already married, like those like no, I'm talking 20.
We weren't friends yet.
No, I'm talking 20, 21. We had those friends first.
Yeah.
That-
Couldn't even drink at their own wedding.
Exactly.
Yes,
Are they
I
still
did
with their
those.
partners?
No,
Same.
no, they are not.
Yeah, mine are.
Then,
either.
well, I have one girlfriend that still is. And then after that, then the next wave felt like it came around like 24-ish. Do you know what it like was like that next big set of wave between like 24 and then, but then it was like everyone. Then you felt like it was a big mass, like where you were all going to weddings all the time. Everyone was getting married.
Yeah. And you were getting sloppy drunk.
Mhm.
That's kind of how, like, I would say Aiden's kind of in that phase right now. But, like, also his friends are, like, a year to, like, 2 years older than me. So they're, like, a lot more in that, like, phase. But Aiden last year went to, like, 6 weddings. And half of them were just, like, his own, like, friends from college and things like that. And I'm like, that's crazy. But also, it is interesting to see the people getting married young versus the people being married a little bit older, because like you can see the different styles in like wedding planning, and like all the younger ones, they're like, oh yeah, you got a +1, yeah, you can bring your girlfriend. And all the older ones, it's like very set, more structured, I would say. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm like, oh, this is so funny. Like, yeah, you definitely are getting married young, that's for sure.
I recall those days. I do think like there are people that I'm not friends with because I went to a private Christian high school. Obviously, most of those people were with their significant other when they were seniors, and they are still with that husband now. And I get a little like, you get this feeling of like when it's happening when they're younger, you're like, whoa, that feels like a mistake. And then when they're a little bit older and they've gone through like certain life hurdles and you haven't yet because you're just not at that stage in your relationship or life, it's like, oh, did they do it right? And because they're done with that stage of life? Or like some of them who have had kids and they're already in high school or whatever else, and you're thinking about that, you're like, oh, wow. But I still feel like they were probably way too young.
Yeah, I don't know. I think getting married young is like great and all. I just don't know if it's like my path that I'm going to be taking in life. But I mean, I know a couple people who are like married or have been married, and they're like, I think like a year or two older than me, and they seem to be very happy. So I'm like, whatever works for you. And also, everybody's at different stages of life. Like,
yeah, you can't base it on what age you're at. You just have to base it on what stage you're at in life.
Like the same thing like with like me moving in with Aiden. Like it's just like when we felt ready for it. Like some people feel ready a lot earlier and some people feel ready a lot later, like because people move slower. Everybody's different. Like your partner's different. So it's just like weird to see it, but it's not like I'm like looking at any of it and being like, oh, that's a fucking mistake.
Did you guys watch that Life List, that movie on Netflix?
No, but I've heard it. I've
If
heard
not,
it.
you should.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's not at all what you expect it to be. Be prepared to cry a lot. It's like you kind of think it's going to be like this like cute rom-com, but it's actually like you cry. It's very like mother-daughter, like lots of tears. It was a great movie though. It was really good. I like that Sophia, whatever her name is. She was in Descendants, and then
She's been in a lot of like the Purple Hearts movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I like her. And then I like the guy, like the boy in it as well. He's not a boy. He's like a young man. But I think he's only like 25 or 26. Like they're very young. So, but Connie Britton's the mom. It's very good, very brutally like heartbreaking, but at the same time, very good. In it, not that it's a huge spoiler, but it's very cute. The sister-in-law goes to her and says, like, do you remember that time that me and your brother broke up for a minute? I went to your mom to like get advice on like what I should do. Do you know what I mean? Just let him go or like blah, blah. And she said she gave me 4 things that I should look for in a partner. And if her son doesn't match up for that for me, then he's not my partner. Do you know? And I can't remember all of them, but it was like, is he kind? Do you know what I mean? Like, when I look at him, does he love me? Blah, blah. And the last one was, can I see having a child with him?
That's a big one.
I highly suggest everyone watch it. Just be prepared to cry because it's a lot of crying. I was not. I thought, oh, cute rom-com. I was like alone on a Monday and then I was just sobbing and I was like, well, that was not what I thought it was going to be. But it was very good. But anyways, I think that that's huge for your partner. I think that like you start to get to those ages where when you're not in like high school, just like dicking around, that you are like, oh, can I actually see myself as my partner and having a child with this person? Because like,
yeah, and like going through all of that together, like, and being able to like parent together and do those things, and like, can you see your partner being a good parent, and like, can you envision those things? Like, I think that for me, I've always had a little bit harder just in general picturing the future, but when it comes to like those sort of things, like with Aiden, that was something that I was able to imagine like from the start, and since then I feel like that is one of those things that's only gotten stronger as our relationship has progressed, where I'm like, that's a great quality for, you know, a future parent or whatever. But also just like, if you think that your partner can't step up, like, why are you with them? Because like shit, life happens. Like, you can't plan shit all the time. Like, sometimes your birth control doesn't work and you get pregnant, or, you know, sometimes a family member dies. Like, is your partner gonna like be there for you and like step up when they need to?
I never thought about any of those things. I just said, Bill, I like you. You like me. We love each other. We don't want to live with our parents anymore. Let's see where this goes.
And you know what? Here you are now. So sometimes it works out.
thriving.
I actually was thinking, I thought the other day before I got in a fight with him yesterday, I was like, you know, it's kind of romantic because we're coming up on our 20-year anniversary together. And I feel
It's 20
like,
years of dating, right?
yes.
I love that you guys celebrate your dating anniversary because it's a big one for you guys.
Because we jumped a lot of steps.
I would too, because that's still a lot of like, I think that you should still celebrate those years that you were together. Like, your relationship shouldn't just start when you get married.
I
in my
actually
opinion.
don't always start celebrating on our because Bill asked me on the way home. I was dropping him off from a party one night. We were too drunk to drive, as per usual. I visually remember we were in the car. He was getting out. He officially made me his girlfriend. And then I watched him stumble into a bush and fall into his mom's house going inside. But I don't usually celebrate until December 17, which is our first, like, when we moved in together. So we got together in like the summer, and then we're dating in October, and then we moved in together in December.
That's wild.
It was just a wild time for me. But I was kind of a disaster. I was dealing with a lot mentally, and like with my life circumstances, with my parents. I had a dad who was ill all the time. And then I had my situation with my biological mom and family was being stirred up constantly. So like I needed a support person. So I was like, that's kind of romantic. Bill was like, I'll be your support person, even though you're a disaster. And I'm going to go ahead and sign up for this. And yeah, let's move in together. How cute.
I like it. I felt like a disaster the first year of my relationship too, and that man stuck by my side. So here we are.
Yeah. When you're at your worst. I love it. We were listening to Fall Out Boy on the way home from the circus, and that's what made me think about that, because that's like what I was listening to at the time that we started dating. We shared like a CD together.
Oh, that's so cute.
Anyway, that's all.
No, I think it's great that you guys celebrate that. I think you guys should.
It's awesome.
It's a long time. We're going to be hitting your 50-year anniversary way quicker than I anticipated.
I'm not gonna like actually celebrate.
You're almost halfway there.
I'm gonna be waiting until our actual wedding anniversary to have those like landmarks. But like Bill also didn't fucking ask me to marry him until we were already living together for 2 years, and then we were engaged for 4 years.
That's wild. I did not know you were engaged for that long.
Yes, because we were poor and we
Fair.
were children, and we
Fair.
were planning and paying for our own wedding. So like my wedding should have happened a lot sooner in my eyes. So I'm going to celebrate all those years we lived together, and he gamed until 4 in the
So
morning.
how many years have you guys actually been married?
This is our 14-year anniversary this
Okay.
year. Easy to figure out once you know the math.
The math is mathin'.
The math is math.
She's got a lot of numbers going on in that head for her and Bill. Her and Bill got a lot of numbers.
Too many numbers. The measuring tape from the
I feel as though
rental
Luke every year
houses.
just looks at me and is like, how old am I? How long have we been married? Oh, okay. Like, he doesn't know.
Aiden's birthday is literally today, and I asked him yesterday. He said, "Are you turning 25 or 26?" And he said, "I have the easiest birthday." He was born in 2000, so like, duh. But like, I don't know why, but in my brain, I keep thinking that he's turning 26. I'm like, he's not.
Probably because you were already calling him like 25.
I was. I have been, because it's just been like, oh, he's 25. Duh. Like, I don't know. Very silly. Time moves by fast.
I loved 25.
What did you love so much about it?
To bring back to like, you know, there are just years like when you hit them and they've passed, as you look back on them, they were good years. Like 19 was a great year. 25 was really good. I enjoyed 30. 31 was good. Do you know, like, I just remember, like, there's just like years that I remember that I really enjoyed. I like 19 was definitely one of them, and 25
And then
was
like
really good.
7-year gaps of time
Yeah.
where it's
Where like I just don't fucking remember them, or they blink and they're over, or like, yeah, you're in the shitstorm, you're in the trenches. Like it happens. And that's why it's always my favorite. Like, I ran into 2 clients the other day, and I am going to Greece for my 40th, and everyone's like, "Oh, I loved my 40s." So many guests also told me they loved their 30s. So many, like, I think once you hit those like big numbers, everyone always wants to tell you how great they loved all of them. I just think I personally had like years that I really enjoyed. I can't say it's like decades where I'm like, I loved all of my 30s. I'm like, well, I mean, some of them were better than my 20s because I had a little bit more money. But like, okay.
That's very true. That did guide a lot of the happiness for sure.
But like, and you know, they want to say happiness.
I
Money
think
will
it can buy happiness.
Well, it
too.
sure buys me a trip. Yeah, it buys me girlfriend time.
It's when you use that
cocktails
money in a way
and-
that will make you happy.
Exactly. So, but yes, I remember enjoying 25. So hopefully Aiden will as well.
I think 23 has been a good year. 22 sucks, dude. I hated 22. But 23 was really good. Yeah, I hopefully Aiden has a good 25, which is wild. It's 25. But I always think it's always one of those things, like, we obviously don't have like a big age gap, but I still forget that like we're not the same age. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't really matter at this time in our lives at all, does it? No. That's also like things about getting older is like it mattered so much probably until we all hit around 21. And then once you hit 21, it's like, hey, we're all family. And you don't really think about each other's ages anymore.
Well, also because like before that, you have to think about where you were at. Like you are surrounded mostly with younger people than you. So like freshman year through senior year of high school, freshman year through senior year of college, there's like, that's a specific age group that you're with all the time. So it feels really weird to cross that boundary between like young and old. When then like 21, you're like, we're all thrown together with the adults.
That's like when you go to bars and you start meeting people and you like it's not like that's the first thing out of your mouth is like, how old are you? But like when you start to have those
You
conversations,
just know you're old enough to
yeah,
drink.
is that like everyone here's at least 21, and then you start having conversations and you meet people, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck,
You're 45.
yeah, you're 45 or you're 23, like those cutie patootie little booties in Vegas that like those boys. It was literally a bar full of Macy's. They were all the ages of Macy, and then it was us as 40-year-olds, and
yet they were still hitting on
loved
you guys.
us. They loved us. They were so cute.
No, first of all, that was not the age group who was loving me. I don't know if
What age group was loving
I don't
you?
know if this was the guy that was like a chaperone of their party, or if he
Did you
was
have
like
dad?
their work friend
Oh, so
or
funny.
something like that, because it was definitely an older gentleman.
I
Not
love that.
older, but like my age
Oh,
or like a
'cause
little bit
I would say the
older.
kid that I was talking to, not in a way where I was like talking to him. I feel like I need to like air quote
Was
this.
it the short guy with the
short guy-
mustache?
The short, yeah.
And then the tall
Yeah.
guy, we were like, go to Kristen.
Go to Kristen. We were pawning off on Kristen. The short guy I was talking to, I was just helping him with like spots to go to. I was like his tour guide of like Vegas because they were from Australia. They weren't.
No,
like, from here.
wait. That's wild because the Australian part had never been
Yeah,
mentioned.
they weren't. He was not from
So
here.
I'm sure they were even sexier.
Yeah, he's not from
duh.
here.
I'm not going to lie. There was too much nitrate.
There was
Remember that?
so much. They were funny though, but I was like, "How old are you? You're like a baby."
I was just happy I could dance on top of like the back of a booth or a table. That's what I was happy about. I didn't care about anybody else in there. There was a pole. There was a booth I was standing on. I was
having a great time.
the
Let me tell you,
nitrous-
but this is what that brings me back to is that you guys are all in the Clurb. We're all family.
Yes. And I hear like nobody goes to the Clurb anymore.
I am so saddened by that. I just want to tell you guys that on my way here,
Because the club is so expensive.
I was listening to Big Booty Mixes. I was listening to my Clurb music.
Dude, I love a club
Club
mix.
mix.
Let me tell you me and Alicia's dream 6 years ago, okay? It was that the pandemic would finally be over. And when it was, we would celebrate. This was in 2021 in our heads.
Yes, I
in
remember this.
2021, we
We had
said,
goals.
we're going to celebrate when this is all over 6 months from now. We're going to go to a club and take Molly for the first time.
Wait, have you guys done that?
No.
Why
because
not?
6 years
6
later,
years
it's
later.
loaded with fentanyl, so now we can't do it anymore.
Yeah, you can't be taking no street drugs no more. You get fentanyl. I'm not trying to die. But we now are responsible adults who now understand that every street drug has fentanyl in it. And I am literally not trying to die. I do miss the Clurb, though.
We don't even need to take anything to go to the club, to be honest.
You shoot it up with some nitrous oxide. Pew, pew.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Oh, yeah, it's like, and then it's in your face, and it's like that.
Yeah. Cold. It's like a cold shower, but just like a breeze. And it gets you. It's like,
Yes, even that underground club in Florida for people our age was wonderful.
one day you know what we should do? We should turn Little Fern into a nightclub. And just,
We should definitely have like a euphoria night at the salon.
Yes.
But like the drugs could be like pixie sticks.
Yeah. We'll have to figure something out.
I love it. I did like because I didn't get prom or like graduation or anything like that. It was my friends Allie, Brooke, Kelly, and Katie, who you guys have never met, but she used to be very much in our group, but she's not anymore because she sucks. What was I gonna say? We did because we went to Allie's lake house. She's got a lake house, and we went there for graduation, and we did like themed nights. And one of our themed nights was a euphoria night, and it was awesome. And so I'm just saying we have to do that. But then if we're doing a euphoria themed night, then like we have to be playing beer pong or something. Like if we're trying to get lit, are we like? Is this like we're gonna get lit, or is it like we're gonna get lit?
Macy, first of all, you've never gone on vacation with us.
Well, I've never been invited
I
on
feel like
vacation
that's all
with
I
you
need to
guys,
say
so.
is Miami Vices in a pool. Everyone's getting litty.
And if there's a DJ at the pool, we're definitely dancing.
And Jessica's eating crab legs
This
poolside.
sounds wonderful.
There's a lot happening on vacation.
First of all, I appreciate that Jessica's taking the rap for this. I did maybe eat 1 or 2 crab legs
I'm
in the pool
sure-
with her.
I'm sure you did. It's only Jessica. It's only Jessica going ham on them. It's because I felt like I turned and the only visual I have is Jess in the pool eating
Dripping
crab
with
legs.
butter.
Dripping with butter.
Dripping with butter. You know what, though? If there was a place for her to be, a nice clean slate.
When I think of drunk Jessica, I just think about your bachelorette party where she was also really drunk in the pool.
She was mermaiding.
Yeah, she was like mermaid.
That's why I did not get in trouble for the crab legs, because I was mermaiding in the Lake Ozark pool.
Oh, we
And
had such a good day that day.
Yeah.
Our girls' day was fun, except for the massage and facial portion of the beginning.
Ours was good.
And ours was great. We won the lotto of that. Roll the dice.
When I
on
see
that one.
our before picture of us, like that we took in the locker room every time, I just kind of laughed to myself because we all look so happy and hopeful for the day. And then Brittany and Jessica had their
They really got the
terrible
shit out of the
experience.
experience
I also
for
just
that.
finally threw away our free one-night stay at the Camden Resort and Spa. It expired. So we missed out on our makeup day.
I love the Ozarks.
Well, as we were just saying to ourselves, our bladders are full. We drank all of our drinks. You guys need to finish your drink.
Side note: house cleaning, housekeeping, as they call it on an episode of whatever Luke listens to. We did find out that the eyeglasses have been being taken. They are taking the eyeglasses.
Yes, 75% of the inventory was taken.
And not only was it an update over an email, but there was also an attached security footage of it as well.
Looting.
So you could see all of them just shoveling these eyeglasses into their bags.
They do it fast.
Dude, they were like,
It's very fast. But we all felt that you needed an update because, conspiracy theories were running rampant and we just really needed to get down to the nitty gritty of what they were taking.
well, now it's also just getting down to the bottom of what are they doing with it after? I just think about this where it's like the other day a bunch of perfume was stolen from like a store, and then turns up a couple days later on Facebook Marketplace there's these two people just giving away, trying to sell their old perfume that's already packaged and hasn't been used.
I would like the first thing that comes to my mind of where that product is the Swaparama. Like I think of situations like that, like where they're either selling it one of them or they're selling it to one main person.
Yeah, I was going to say, or they're fencing it. They're giving it to somebody else and then somebody else is like.
And even those people, like you were saying on the last time we talked about this, those people who are buying those glasses from them don't even necessarily know that they're stolen. It's one of those fell off the truck situations.
I love that we got an update on it, and hopefully they don't get broken into again.
I'm more concerned about the rest of us now at this point. Like, honestly, I'm concerned about them coming. And also, I have to make a point of saying this. We were talking about it on the last episode, and I was like, ooh, they don't think that, like, I was thinking people who are listening to us might think that we don't care that this happened to another business. We do care. We also didn't hear about it until literally the next day, several days later, or like some of the businesses who are actually closer to them I was speaking with last week, and the woman didn't know that this was the third break-in that happened there. And so Macy did go in and check on them. The vibe is hush-hush on it.
It is wild. So, be safe, stay alive, lock your doors, and take your shit with you because we know you brought some stuff to stay cozy, hang out with us, have a drink. We will miss you. Until next time.
Bye.
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 It's Nora, Alicia, and Macy.
We are a girly podcast and we are on the floor.
Did I go the wrong way?
You definitely did.